Great Wednesday morning, midweek, March 31st, 2021. To God be the glory for the last day of this special month. Hope you're having a beautiful morning. We are marching on as far as Judges, and I wanted to make sure that my son read today's chapter because it's one of his favorite stories. Did you get a chance to check it out, Judges 13? Mm-hmm. What did you get out of it this time, if anything new? Yeah, because when you were young, you just enjoyed reading about Samson, and something that really impressed upon me today was the beginning and the preparation of Samson being a warrior. Remember, his mother was barren. They don't even mention the mom's name. And her husband was Manoah. And we know that the man of God visited her and told her to prepare herself, for she would eventually conceive and bear a son. And this son would be the one, the cause to deliver the Israelites from the Philistines' grasp. Because remember, they started acting crazy again and being rebellious. And that's when they were delivered into the hand of the Philistines for 40 years. But something that really impressed upon me today as a parent, as someone who has trained a male for the last 19 going on 20 years, and maybe you're doing it alone, woo, and you don't know, like, Lord, what? And you're being a female and you're raising a man. Well, listen, for the first thing was verse 4, that the angel said, don't drink anything strong and eat anything unclean. Now, this was not only during pregnancy, but beyond. I believe that there is power in what we eat and what we digest, either physically, what we look at, what we put into our system, because it can tear us away, and it can easily make us weak and tired and exasperated, especially if you're doing this alone. So we had to be mindful what we put in our system. Something else that the angel impressed upon the woman was specific instructions. He said in verse 12, when Manoah was able to talk to the angel, he asked the question, how shall we order this child? And what shall we do unto him? We want to order our children and instruct them so that they can be ordered themselves, so that they will be able to order their lives. Woo! I think a lot of the struggles out here is that perhaps they don't know how to control, and they're not ordered themselves, so then they don't know how to navigate through life. And all of us have a calling. All of us have a calling for us to carry out. And in verse 13, it says, of all that I said, the woman, let her beware. That's what the angel said. She may not eat. She may not consume this. She may not do this. But the point was that there was a calling on Samson's life. And we all have a calling in each of our lives, because we know that he was to grow up to do something. It says in verse 5, to begin to deliver. And he had this calling from the womb. Don't we know that we have a calling from our womb? When we were in our mother's safe place, God created us so that we would be able, we might not be delivering folks from the Philistines, but maybe it is to teach. Maybe it is to be a doctor. Maybe it is to help others. Maybe it is to fight crime. We don't know. But from the womb, the Lord had a calling in our lives. So it's up to us to discover, to study that child, and to bring out the gift. So in this path, if we are exasperated, we know that in Psalm 61, the psalmist says, when my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock, which is higher than myself, ourselves. So we know that the Lord is that rock, is that fortress, is that hiding place. And again, we would have gone to Psalms 91, where it says in verse 2, He is, again, our shelter, our fortress, my God, our God, in whom we will trust. We won't trust ourselves, but we will ask the Lord, how should we do this? Remember, the parents ask, how should we, raise this child? When we don't know what to do, let's go to the one who has all the answers. For He's the one who will give us the rest. He is the one who will give us the answers. In Psalms 121, we lift up our eyes unto the hills, which cometh our help. Our help, He is the helpful one, coming from the Lord. He is the one who made heaven and earth, and He made boy and girl. He made our family. He made all the situations. So He will preserve us from evil. He will preserve us from this day forth, our going out and our coming in. So when we feel exasperated, when our heart feels like just giving up, be of good courage. Psalms 31:24. And He shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord. Trust in Him, and you'll never be ashamed. What do you got to say about that? Because one day you're going to be a husband, a father, raising kids, or just still ordering your life, even going to that point. What do you have to say about all this? All your help coming from the Lord. I'll say that. Look to Him. He's your source. All right. Have a wonderful day in the middle of Holy Week, knowing that He is the answer to all of our questions.